I want to tell you a story and ask you to read between the lines. So this is his solar return chart. His ascendant for the year is going to be over here in Sagittarius. That's the kind of year he's going to have. But as you can see, his ascendant ruler is right here in the 8th house. So Jupiter is the ascendant ruler, is going to be really protective. The 8th house involves things like death, inheritance, the assets of others. When we see Jupiter in the 8th house, we know that there is going to be an expansion of other people's resources. Mercury is co-present here. Right here is his sun. Nechepso actually allows us to cast the sun's beams. Sun's beams are actually a pretty good ways away from Jupiter. They are eventually going to catch up to Jupiter, which means the protection Jupiter is offering for the 8th house is going to weaken because Jupiter becomes combust. We also see that Moon, which is in charge of Jupiter and Mercury up here in Cancer, is pretty conjunct Uranus. Shortly after his solar return, he gets a new moon in his 7th house. The combination of a new moon and a conjunction with Uranus is going to tell me that there's going to be some sort of new sort of disruption within his relationships. 7th house to relationships, partnerships, marriage, and other being anyone that is not Trump. You can see that Mercury is in the moon sign and the moon is in Mercury's sign. Something else to consider is that Venus has just entered Leo. Whenever Venus goes into Leo, she becomes a total diva. Leo is also Trump's ascendant, which means he's the diva. We have to remember that Leo is ruled by the sun, which again is over here in his 7th house. Essentially what I would anticipate for him is a lot of new dealings in relationships with other people. He's not going to be getting the treatment that he's used to. Another big thing I want to point out are how his nodes are in the 10th and 4th house. I kind of see the nodes as almost like a funnel. Anything that starts at the south node is going to filter directly down into the north node. And with the south node in Virgo and the north node in Pisces, force what I would call an existential crisis. Last but not least, we have Saturn-Neptune. Saturn-Neptune is in his 5th house. Saturn in the 5th house is going to put a damper on his ability to have fun. His enjoyment of life is being restrained somehow. Basically, what the two of them together in the 5th house of Aries tells me is that the time for play is over. He has to answer for what he's done. Happy birthday, Donald.